rough going.
Yeah.
But guess what, guys? Today we're going to talk about what I promised. We're going to talk about. So flash forward to Omni-Man or Nolan being in the hospital after he faked being a victim of that attack.
Yeah.
So now he's in the hospital. He's under the GDA protection. And I should mention this before we go further in the story. The Cecil Stedman's character as like the Nick Fury type, same sort of like as Nick Fury, right? They work with superheroes. It's not like they hate superheroes, but at the same time, the underlying theme is that they're there just in case you get out of control.
They
right?
don't necessarily trust them.
Yeah, it's like just in case. It's like a balance thing.
Yeah.
We got to keep an eye on them just in case they got out of control.
Yeah.
So, just so you know that about Cecil Stedman, that's why he always seems like ominous and like.
DC has its own council, except they never set it up right, where they're like talking about whether or not they're gonna have to kill Superman at the beginning of the movie and shit. But
yeah.
It's DC,
let's not even just talk about that movie. Anyways, side note: Justice League was great, but we'll get to that on the podcast episode.
Look forward to that.
But Nolan's in the hospital. Mark comes to visit. He's distraught, but then Mark has to leave.
Yes.
Well, also, it'd be important to mention that Mark does meet Cecil, and that's kind of the first time they ever meet. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, I've never met you before," and Nolan's like, "You never needed to." Probably wanted to keep Mark away from Cecil.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Cecil's got powers too, right?
No,
he just has some crazy device.
He's that boy.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. He's not a superhero. I can tell you that much. I don't want to spoil anything.
He's got the entire world's technology behind him.
He's got a lot.
Therefore, he can teleport.
He's got a lot.
All right. I thought he had powers because he like turned into electricity.
It came through the phone, right?
Came through the phone.
Nah, this dude.
And then he also disappeared an earlier.
Nah,
time
I can
too.
confirm now. He does not have powers. He just is that boy.
So he's just got billions of dollars worth of tech in his pocket.
He's got everything he needs, bro.
Trillions of tech.
So it's pretty clear. Cool. It's pretty clear that Nolan was trying to keep Mark from meeting Cecil. But at that point, Mark leaves to go defend against an alien attack, right?
Yeah.
The first time that the Flaxons come. And
that's a great race of people, by
the Flaxons, yeah, they are.
Such a cool concept. Again, this like subplot of the episode that takes the backseat is like really fucking cool.
Well, yeah, so what is the subplot? The subplot is that they're not used to like the what was it?
Their tachyons revolve faster than ours, so they age
super quickly.
Well, yeah, so like a day on Earth is like a year or like a decade to them. So like they come in and they just all start dying of old age.
Well, not to mention sorry, no, it's all good. Not to mention they were beating the shit out of the Teen Team, which is essentially the Teen Titans of the universe, where you get introduced to more superheroes that are Mark's age, right?
Yeah. But
they were getting their asses kicked pretty much that whole time.
Before, they were getting.
If it wasn't for that whole time thing where the Flaxons couldn't survive in the air or the ozone or whatever it was on Earth without rapidly aging, they probably would have lost that fight.
Yeah, and this is the moment too where it's really cemented in that this show does not take innocent bystanders as like a light little like background.
Yeah, people are getting
you
fucked
just see
up.
Everyone fucking dying. Yeah,
but yeah, Mark
innocent children and old ladies hit with laser beams.
Mark was getting was trying to save. Well, speaking of which, the old lady gets
Mary or whatever. Yeah,
the old lady gets fucking obliterated.
Yeah,
and Mark's trying to save her, and at the moment he's about to get like dome scoped by one of the Flaxons, then the Teen Team comes in, and we're introduced to Atom Eve. Mm-hmm. I hope you get the play on words there. Atom Eve. She's got atomic superhero powers. Adam and Eve, play on words. Ooh, it's punny. But
I thought they were calling her Adam and Eve.
No, at first, Atom Eve.
Yeah, I made the connection.
Also,
I'm stupid.
The rest of the team, let me see if I can remember everybody. Rexplode, who's played by Ralphie.
Jason Mantzoukas or whatever, Rafi from the League.
Yeah, awesome.
My guy.
Robot, who's a very interesting character.
Just like the best douchebag.
As you'll see later down the line.
The best fucking douchebag.
Who else is there?
Should we get into the cast?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We'll get into the cast.
We'll do a little
bit after the last episode. What? But I think that's all I can remember for right now. There's more people in the Teen Team, I'm pretty sure, but I think I'm missing one.
Duplicate.
And Duplicate, that's right. Yeah, perfect. That's so funny later. That comes.
Is that episode 2 or episode 3?
That might be. I don't know. I gotta keep going down the list.
3.
That's hilarious though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they save Mark, and while he's trying to save Mary, the older lady, Adam Eve tells him to take her and get her to a hospital, and they can take care of the rest. Spoiler: they couldn't take care of the rest.
Nope.
Then we already told you that because of the Flaxlands rapidly aging.
Yeah.
That's what saved their ass that time, and they end up retreating because half of their forces are just dying.
Yeah.
Just aging so
So the
fast
cool
and
part of
dying.
that too, though, is that they come back like 3 days later in human time, like fully loaded with like all this technology. Like they have these bracelets on that counteract the human ozone and all this shit because decades have passed for them. Like the general that they wounded in the first battle, his scar is completely healed, and he's like 5-star general riding a giant mech robot now.
Yeah, he's like, oh, but that's when they come back for the second time. They come back like 3 times.
Which is
before.
almost like the next scene though. Like
No, before that, it's important to note. I think, I think that because I've been doing this, I'm gonna do this each episode just so you guys kind of pick up on these subtle signs.
yeah, I mean, you
That
got
it wasn't,
actual notes.
it
here.
wasn't really there in the comic book so much, which I kind of liked more because it kind of came out of nowhere more. Now, because you even said
what,
first
the
episode
Flaxlands?
that you kind of had a feeling that Nolan was evil. When
To me, it was just the fact that it's Jake. It was like his voice, like
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons reading the
But
lines.
yeah, they've had like this. What I'm about to point out now, it's another sign of him like losing control a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they've had like just moments where he kind of just like freaks out.
Yeah,
But like, so Nolan's getting out of the hospital at the GDA now, and remember he walks by the lady and he's like, "Give me my suit back."
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's my suit. Give it back now. And his wife's kind of just looking at him like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
chill out." He just kind of like wigs out on her for a little bit. But yeah, they're just subtle signs there to show you like he's not quite okay. There's more that come up, and I'll be sure to point them out when they do.
yeah,
After that, there's a distress call. The reason he gets out and he's about to leave is because they need help. There's an invasion from a certain evaluator who becomes a very important character in the story coming forward. But
my guy.
instead of him going, he sends he sends Mark to go do it.
Seth Rogen laughed.
He sends Mark to go do it, and that evaluator is Alan the Alien, voiced by Seth Rogen, and he's
What a great scene.
he's an evaluation officer for the Coalition of Planets. So basically, he evaluates planets to see if they have a guardian strong enough to protect said planet. And
They tell Mark none of this.
yeah,
They
no,
just
Mark,
send him up into space.
Mark
to
has
fight
no
him.
idea what's going on.
Yeah.
He's just fighting the dude for no reason. He's like, "Can we talk?" And he just like punch him in the face. Then he just pulls over a rock. They sit down and start talking.
Yeah, Adam's like, wait. You don't know who I am? And then like they just pull up rocks and sit down.
And he's like,
And have a
and
chat.
then they find out that he's actually at the wrong planet.
Yeah.
He's like, "Wait, this isn't Urath?"
Yeah.
He's like, "No, this
We
is."
find
Earth."
out that
He's like, "Is that
Adam
an E?"
is pretty stupid. You know?
Alan. Yeah,
Alan, sorry. I thought Adam.
Alan's. He's not though. I don't know.
He's a ditz. You
Yeah.
know? Like he has no
Yeah,
critical
but
thinking is
he's
not
like,
the best.
"Wait, is that Earth with an E?" Like, yeah. It's like,
It's not
"Oh,
Urath.
my bad." Then just takes off.
He's like, I'm in so much shit.
Then he's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm invincible." He's like, "Oh, that's a little optimistic, isn't it?" He's like, "You look, I just fought you. You seem
He gets
quite."
shit from that for the
Oh, dude, it's
the
great.
teen team too.
He's like, "I just fought you. You seemed quite
I'm
invincible."
assuming he's just gonna take shit for that the whole show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But Alan the Alien is a very prominent character going forward in the story. So not only does he add like humor, but he's a really important
Yeah,
character.
I mean, this is a very short introduction, but you gotta figure that if they're gonna cast Seth Rogen as a voice actor in the show, they're probably gonna bring him back more than just occasionally testing the planet for its strength.
So as you had harped on before, there was a second alien attack.
Yeah.
And the second alien attack from the Flaxlands, it was clear that the time was different, right?
Yeah,
So they came back.
but it
10
was like
years later.
no time passed.
It was
on
like
Earth.
2 days
It was like
or something.
2 days,
yeah. And they learned so much more. They learned how to resist the.
They had these wristbands that like stop our ozone or whatever.
Yeah, and if Robot wasn't able to like do an analysis on him,
Yeah.
he probably would have lost this fight.
Yep.
But he was able to realize that's what was keeping him from aging. And then they, it goes to show, probably should have mentioned this too. Mark was asked to join the teen team.
Yeah.
And
He does.
He joins them and he begins
does.
fighting with them.
Yeah.
So I should have mentioned that before they get into the second fight with the aliens. Second fight with the aliens, he's a part of the teen team.
Yep.
And they're all fighting, but they're still losing. And Robot analyzes the wristband, tells them that's what's
They all
stopping
shoot
the
the
aging,
wristbands and all
they start fucking up
yeah.
the wristbands. then they win easily because
Yeah.
half of their forces start just dying from old age.
It was the
again.
same exact. They just start running away.
Just running back into their portals.
Yeah. And then wait, so does episode 2 ends before they come back again, right?
No.
Okay.
So the third one,
Sorry.
they're really putting in work on them. The third one is like where they know what they're doing. They're not going to be stopped by the age thing because it's been like 50 years now.
Yeah, they've like evolved their DNA now or whatever.
The third fight with the Flaxens, it's actually Nolan or Omni-Man that comes to save him, and he starts fucking up Flaxens. And here's a major difference. Like I said before, I'm gonna keep harping on like some of the differences in the comic book. This one I could care less about, but I just thought this was an interesting difference. It seems like so far some of the biggest ones are within the scenes that happen in school, because this was something that happened in his school.
Yeah.
So Nolan pushes one of the Flaxens through the portal and gets sucked into the portal with it. Right when he like tackles him into the portal. It's not that important, but I'll mention it anyways. In the comic book, pretty sure Nolan's like at Mark's school, and a random portal opens up, and one of the Flaxens like grab him because they're trying to grab Mark.
Okay.
And just grab him and suck him in. So it's more of like he didn't choose to go in; he got pulled in.
Gotcha.
So it's a little small minor defense.
Yeah,
difference, not a big deal.
Probably just not a scene they were willing to put in the show.
Yeah, not a big deal
for time constraints.
But then you get to see Nolan just go to the Flaxens planet and just start destroying all of them.
Yeah, and then we get a hint at his grand motivations, I think, and just like kind of some similarities to a certain character we were talking about earlier.
That for sure. But but the one thing I would like to mention is you take note of the scene where he's in their planet, the age, right? They show for obviously he's special, so he doesn't like get old really quickly.
Yeah.
But you see he's getting gray hair and everything, so just to show you how much time passed while he was there.
Right.
So just because he came back quick in the show, there's a little hint there to let you know that he was actually on their planet on their time for what seemed like a long ass time.
Right.
Because times are a lot different on their planet. So
he like destroyed their entire fucking planet though, right? Or no?
We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to wait and see.
All right.
But I'm just gonna say this: there's a hint there to show you that he was there for a lot longer.
Yeah, because he comes back with a full ass beard.
Yeah, he comes back with a full beard, gray hair, like a little bit of gray in his hair.
Yeah,
it's to show you how long he was there. But this episode ends with the guy we started the episode with, Darkblood, kind of touching shit and like getting images of like what actually happened. And also, this might even been, I don't know if this is this episode or next episode, where he comes to Nolan's house. I think that's the next episode.
At nighttime? That might be how episode 2 ended.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
When he's talking to Debbie.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Either way, Darkblood is on to them.
I'll probably look it up on
And he's not going for the bullshit, bro. He's like, something's not right here.
No.
There's no way. He basically, what he's saying is,
he takes
somebody out of these 7 people is the one who did it, because nobody else came in here and killed 7 of the strongest people on the planet. Like,
I mean, he definitely just knows who it is.
Yeah, most likely.
He's known who it is like right off the bat and was like sniffing out Nolan super hard the whole time.
Okay, so
but it's not hard to put those dots together. It's just the other people. Also, the people around Nolan have trusted and relied on him for his entire lives. So I think it's they don't want to think it's him.
Yeah, no, Darkblood.
Even Cecil, he's like
Darkblood with Debbie was episode 3.
Cecil's got the mask over his eyes, no matter
Darkblood does no. Darkblood doesn't.
As far as Nolan goes, right now he does. The evidence is in front of him.
Darkblood
tried to tell him.
I think that comes into play next episode. There's hints to show you.
Okay. All right.
He's not. I'll bring it up.
Oh yeah, you're right, because he does.
He asked him to put security over the house, and he acts like it's just because somebody might come attack him.
Freaks out at Darkblood because that's still his homie at the end of the day. Like, he doesn't want it to be him, but he's not gonna deny that it.
Well, Cecil's a very complex character.
Yeah, he's shrewd. That. He's shrewd as fuck.
So, but yes, Darkblood doesn't come to their house till at the end of episode 3.
Nick Fury.
So episode 2 is just episode 2 is just Darkblood, or AKA Rorschach, touching like items and like getting demon visions of like what actually happened. Yeah. So, I'll ask you just like I asked about the first episode.
Hellshack.
Hellshack.
Roar Boy.
he's a lot of characters in one. But if you had to
visually, he's more Hellboy.
he looks
than
just like
Rorschach,
Hellboy, yeah. But he talks like Rorschach.
Yeah,
Wears a trench coat like Rorschach.
Yeah, everything else is Rorschach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has demon magic where it just
Yeah,
I don't know where that comes from.
that's Hellboy, I guess.
I guess, yeah. More of he's like satanic sort of. But
Hellshack.
yeah. If I'll ask you like I did for the first episode, if you had to give episode 2 a rating 9 out of 10. Also, just how did you feel about the episode?
I give it 8.5. Just a really solid episode. Nothing that completely blew my fucking mind, but very creative nonetheless. And yeah, kept my interest the entire time. I didn't think anything was like one of the biggest things with comic books with me is like the like pessimist inside of me that just wants to always be like that would never ever in a million fucking years happen because just logic.
Yeah, but I don't know with comic books, especially Western.
Oh, exactly.
That's really
it's
like,
just
they're escapism.
no.
Right?
I come to expect it and enjoy it too. But like when something's beaten to death, when it's like I feel like I'm being taken advantage of as a viewer. I feel like I'm being treated like a baby. Then I just start rolling my eyes a little bit, and this show avoids that entirely. So.
True, and I think it's good to keep in mind they do some stuff.
I might give it
that.
a 9. I might bump that up to a 9.
They do stuff like that in the show, but like we said before, it's to almost poke fun at the shows.
No, it just I appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, probably give the episode 2 a 9.
You know what? I'm gonna do the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick. I liked it. I thought it was a really solid episode. I'm gonna keep the theme from the first episode. This is a solid 9 for me. Not a 10 yet. I know one of
9.5.
I know one of these
9.5
episodes.
for the first.
I know one of these episodes is gonna be a fucking banger. Just a 10.
Yeah.
For me, and I pretty much know where I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be when conquest happens. But
now that I've had a whole day to think about my review of yesterday's episode, though, I'd stand by my 9.5.
Yeah,
that was the best.
That was good.
First episode of
really
a fucking.
Good. Really good.
I mean, it like. Spider-Verse I think is like my reference for like an American animated comic book 10 out of 10. Like that's what I would say is my 10, standard for a 10. So if they can the climax of the season, if they can top that or compare to that, I'll give it a 10. But 9.5 for episode 1.
I dig it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Last and not least, let's boogie in episode 3, man.
You want to touch on the cast before we do that? Or?
No, you want to know what I touch on right away? Yeah. I want to touch on the fucking intro drops that they do, bro.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yo, he's like, not all of us are invincible. And then
the second and
up.
third one were really good, man.
Oh man, that shit is fucking dope, bro. It just comes out.
There's
of nowhere.
no like theme song. It's just
it just comes in hard, bro. It's like I forgot what the quote from the second episode was. Oh, it's when he got the name. He's like, "You are boom invincible."
Yeah.
And then episode 3, he's like, none of us are invincible. That shit is lit. I hope they keep doing that. They don't
say the word. It just, and then it goes straight into the next scene.
I hope they keep doing that because I really love it.
It's a really good intro.
But
a way to do the intro.
Episode 3 starts off fucking the nerve of Nolan, bruh, giving a eulogy at the wake or at the funeral of the Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah, that was, I mean...
it was so heartfelt.
He did a good job too. Yeah,
he was going in.
He says all like this personal shit about each and every one of them and shit.
It was deep, man. Like that shit's deep. But I mean, you gotta play.
If
the part,
you missed episode 1 and you're watching the episode 3, you're like, what a good guy.
You gotta play the part, though, right?
Yeah.
Because
for
Dark Blood questions him.
And before that, he gives like this giant, super intense like public speech where it's like we all have to band together now that all these heroes are gone and all this shit. Yeah.
And Darkblood's at the funeral and like kind of interrogates him off to the side, like, strange, like, you survive, no one else does.
That's one of the I think that's the first time that Darkblood's really like revealed himself to.
It's the first time he's confronted Nolan.
Yeah. His suspicions to Nolan.
But he pretty much just flat out says he knows, I know you did it. Like you said.
Pretty much.
He's like, bro, I know you did it. But Nolan's like, well, you have no proof. And then
Nolan's gonna kill that man.
We shall see.
Oh,
we shall see.
Wait, he's a demon though. He can just.
Yeah. Technically, the reason. All right, let's just give it the little lore of.
I mean, this
story.
is probably
they kind of touched on it in the show, but it's not a spoiler. They said it in the show. The reason that Dark Blood does detective work for people is to not have to go back to hell. So it's like a
Right.
contract to like keep him from the underworld. So he's like forced to do it in a way.
Gotcha.
Like he really don't really want to be doing it, but he's like
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
did say that. He
he's
did bring
like
that up.
if I don't, I go back to hell, and then that's just how that goes. But that's something you should pay attention to. Dark Blood is very much on to Nolan, and also Cecil is on to Nolan. But soon after that, Cecil, aka Nick Fury, asked Robot if he would be interested in starting a new Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah, that's where this episode gets fun.
Yeah, it does, right? And he accepts. He doesn't think he doesn't understand why he chose him, but he appreciates the sentiment, and he does that. He begins to hold tryouts for the new Guardians of the Globe. And the tryouts were great. We get introduced to more characters from the comic book, like Black Samson, who is a guy who lost his powers, but he has this suit. This, I don't even know how to explain it. Like a super teched out suit that he fights crime with.
Word.
Because his powers were taken away.
Dude, the line he hits Rex with is so funny.
Oh yeah, make you call me daddy or
yeah,
something.
dude, I forget what he fucking.
He was like, you better watch your mouth before I make you call me daddy
my
again
God.
or some shit.
Because he had just said something about dad, like him being a dad.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was so fucking
that
hard.
shit was funny.
Yeah.
Rex Float has been hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way, too. Yeah, and this is a great time to get into. So I didn't mention this in the episode before. I should have, because it's clear that Mark kind of has a crush on Adam Eve. I think that's very clear. But the one thing that I didn't mention was Adam Eve is actually dating Rex.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Yep.
And there's a whole side. I don't know if we talked about.
No, this
Amber.
happens in this episode, right? So.
Oh yeah, the good stuff happens in this episode.
Yeah.
But we should have mentioned last episode that he finds out that she is dating Rex. I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. He did find that out last episode, so he's a little bit bummed out.
We also didn't really talk about his little
Amber, the fling.
Amber, yeah, Amber.
But this kind of is what sparks it, because he wasn't interested in Amber. Just a girl from his school. Wasn't interested in her until he found out Adam had a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was like, "Oh, if Eve's taken, gives the girl at his school a chance." Then that sparks up. That also comes in this episode. But so would you like to talk about what we catch Rex doing? Adam Eve comes back from
my guy, dude.
from a mission, and she finds.
Nah, I mean he's a fucking douchebag about it, but like, he's having like an affair with what's her name? Duplicate. Except all 4 of Duplicate's clones.
Who knows how many were there?
Or whatever.
Who knows how many were there? To be honest,
yeah.
But we see like
Eve walks in and like goes to take a shower and walks in and.
Well, actually, you know what?
Rex is in the shower.
I'm remembering the scene. No, she walks in. She's talking to Kate. I'm pretty sure he like burps or something.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and then she goes in the shower.
He's just sitting there with like 2 duplicates around his arms.
Yeah, he like walks out with like 2 or 3, I think. And then,
what did he
and
say?
then the real Duplicate's over talking to Eve.
Well, what
like,
did he say? He's like, the real Duplicate's not even here, or something like that.
He said that. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, it doesn't count. She's not even the original.
She's not even the original.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
And then Kate's like, we all are the original.
That shit is joke.
But yeah, so Eve storms out as expected.
Yeah, that was
pretty pissed.
That scene,
pretty upset.
I think that was like right out of the comic. I don't remember too much. I gotta go back and reread it. Honestly, once we keep doing these reviews, I gotta reread it. But
can we just like side note, like Duplicate is dream wifey, bro?
Oh, bro, that's amazing. Right?
Holy shit!
Like, who? First of all, who wouldn't, bro?
Like you want to spice up your sex life a little bit?
I'm gonna go for
holy shit
50 duplicates today. Like fucking just attack me. It should be epic.
Wild.
That shit would be epic.
Yeah.
So we get to see we introduced to another very important character in the story during the tryouts for the team, and that is Monster Girl.
Yeah, she's cool as hell.
Monster Girl.
Her powers are really cool too.
Yeah, Monster Girl.
I like how there's like a condition.
Yeah, exactly.
She has consequences.
Yep. Monster Girl is a 24-year-old girl, but the problem is every time she uses her power, she gets younger.
Yeah.
By appearance, so she looks like she's about 12, but she's really 24.
I love too how they mix in this like real world like problem that would happen if you had that power, where she's like, can you imagine what my dating life is like? Like,
Yeah.
all I appeal to are pedos or little children.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, exactly. And also the problem is eventually you can only get so young.
Yep.
So it's like you keep using it.
She tells Cecil we can't, or no, Robot. That we can't do training 3 times a day because you'll be changing my diapers if we do that.
Yeah. But also we get to see her use her powers for fun, just to beat the shit out of Rexplode.
Kick the fucking shit out of
Rexplode's just like talking shit to her, and everybody's in the back are like, yo,
and
chill.
she hits him with a fucking zinger too. Something about his dick size. Rex just eats mad shit.
Yeah, he does. So after that, I mean, they announced all the people that made the new Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah.
And I really don't remember
So Nolan,
every single person. But...
also, this is important. Nolan forbids Mark from joining them, so he's like not a member. He's there the entire time, but I don't know.
This is true.
Join.
And there's very good reason for this.
Yeah, because he killed the
he did murder the original team.
Yeah.
So that is good to point out. Mark is more of an affiliate than he is an actual team.
He's like his dad, except he doesn't.
Yeah.
Bear that burden his dad bears.
So
whatever that burden may be.
Soon after that, we get introduced to a very interesting villain, Doc Seismic. Doc Seismic is
fucking great,
funny, interesting villain, dude. Well, dude, the one line they dropped about like his they were like, I thought your doctorate was in seismology. He was like, actually, it's in African studies or something like that. He was like, women's studies in African dance.
In women's, or he said my undergrad was women's studies and I minored in African dance.
Yeah,
and like he's coming at Eve for her fucking logo.
Yeah,
he's like, that's not empowering women or some shit.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious, dude.
He's a weirdo. They also like when they're introing him, they say that he's got these seismic gloves that cause earthquakes and he's just like slowly losing his mind because every time he sets them off, he gives himself a concussion.
Yeah, they also drive him crazy. So
this man's just got like the worst CTE of all time, like just flying around destroying.
Yeah, he was wild because you can imagine that.
All right, so imagine like 65-year-old Muhammad Ali, but he's like
super jacked up on
like when he's a vegetable at that point.
Shit.
Yeah, like
but it's pretty clear that he had good intentions at one point. Then throughout a while, his mind just kept deteriorating.
Yep.
And he's going crazy. But
great character.
Yeah, he's
super
funny,
well written.
Great. So they fight him, save the people that he's trying to kill or almost killed, and then he ends up falling in a volcano and is presumed dead. So then they leave. Everybody goes back to their regular lives, and this is where the love triangle gets interesting, right? Because because Mark goes back to Amber, who was waiting for him to do this, and Amber is the girl from his school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And we forgot to talk. So they're like having a study date, and immediately, what's his name? Clancy? Cecil. Holy shit. Wow.
Well, we kind of
pops out of his phone. Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. Pops out of his phone and then
the electricity.
He's got to go save the world.
Yeah, which is funny because you were wondering if he had superpowers. Cecil does not have superpowers
because he appears out of this man's phone.
He's just super.
Yes. Okay.
But
gotcha.
Yeah, he comes out of the phone, tells him that he needs him. So Mark leaves Amber in his room to go fight Doc Seismic with Eve.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find who plays Doc Seismic.
Once he comes back is when he felt bad, and then he's probably in his mind. He's probably thinking about how, Eve's with Rex, because I don't think he knew at that point, or maybe he did. I don't think he knew at that point that they broke up. But he might have. But at that point, he was just like.
I mean, he's just like he's like too nice. He's a young like kid that's too nice.
He's
like
also,
I can relate to that. There was times where I probably should have like pursued a chick that was with like the shittiest fucking dude ever. That like I knew I probably would have done with.
But also
with,
he's like I got
out of respect. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna leave this girl alone.
Also, he's like, I got this great girl that loves me.
That too, right?
So it's like, why
try to ruin a thing?
So long story short, they start kissing.
Yeah, they're making out on the bed.
Eve actually went to go visit him that night, and she goes up to the window and just in time, in typical comic book fashion,
right,
sees them kissing through the window.
Yeah, this is the type of stuff like typical comic book shit where I'll excuse that 100% if it's for the good of the plot. It's like when you're just throwing shit at it, like that is weird, inexplainable stuff all the time, then it gets old. If it's for the good of the plot, then yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Make weird shit happen, like the super coincidental plane when he's first testing his powers out.
Yeah.
He just jumps up in the air and there's just immediately a fucking plane like right in front of him. He's like, oh shit! Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. I don't care. That would never happen, but okay.
So,
neither would fly.
So yeah, that's
sorry, I got sidetracked.
No, that's okay. That was perfect. But that's kind of where the love triangle's at, right?
Right. Yeah, so she's super bummed at the end of episode 3.
Mark's in fact about to start dating Debbie.
Yeah.
Or Amber. No, Debbie's his mom, that'd be weird. About to start dating Amber, and then we'll see how Eve deals with that, right?
Yeah.
We'll see how Eve deals with this, and we'll see what's to come in later episodes. So how does this episode end? This episode ends with Dark Blood pulling up to Nolan's house.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And popping it on Debbie.
I couldn't remember when this happened.
Basically like, bitch, we know he did it.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, you can see that Debbie's starting to question Nolan now.
Oh, yeah.
From the line of questioning that Dark Blood uses.
Well, she knows him probably better than he thinks she knows him, you know what I mean? That's his wife, so she probably has seen his dark side come out a couple times and might have her suspicions.
We will see.
I would assume that's, like, just for with the way the writing is in the show, I would just assume that's how it is.
We shall see.
Yeah, okay.
I will leave it at that. We shall see. But, yeah, first of all, we've talked about this so much already, but Dark Blood is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, dude just pops up in your kitchen interrogating you in the middle of the night.
And
like,
you know he's there when your like, fridge starts icing over and your breath gets fucking foggy. Yeah. He makes everything cold.
And as soon as Nolan pops in, he's gone. So
yeah, but Nolan also like exhales and sees his breath, and it's like, I didn't catch that. Yeah. That was the very last shot of the episode. It's like Nolan takes like a deep breath out and then sees his breath fog up and realizes that it's pretty cold in here. And I think, like, I mean, he knows about Dark Blood.
Yeah, so he might have. I didn't.
He might have put the pieces together there.
But take notice of the.
We also see that they're being surveilled by.
Oh yeah.
All of the whole whatever you call it, Shield organization.
I'll get into that, but take note that that's GDA, Global Defense Agency.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, it's good. But take note of the fact that Debbie chose not to tell Nolan that Dark Blood was there. So shows a sign that she's probably starting to suspect him herself. But yeah, Pat, we can finish with that. Let's go back to Cecil to wrap up this episode. Cecil, as you were saying that that's his boy and maybe trust him. Clearly he does not. He's like, oh yeah, let's put the GDA around the house to protect Nolan.
Yeah.
Who needs to protect Omni-Man?
Right.
Nobody. He's surveilling Omni-Man. He's just making it seem as if
100%.
As if he's.
I think he does have like friendly feelings towards Nolan at this point in the show still, because he doesn't 100% believe it, and like he does flip the fuck out on Dark Blood for accusing Nolan. He like loses his shit on Dark Blood for accusing Nolan, but at the same time he just goes behind everyone's backs.
I repeat,
puts a lot of surveillance.
We shall see.
Oh yeah,
we shall see.
Well, dude, the guy's a pragmatic guy. He's all about doing what has to be done. Like
true. I'm glad
if some detective that's like legit came up and told him to not trust his wife, he'd probably stop trusting his wife, dude. Like he'd probably try to figure out what the fuck that guy's talking about. But like he's gonna defend the people he cares about at the end of the day. Which makes him a good character. I like that.
All right, give me a summary on episode 3 for you, and give me a rating. So
episode 3, I give it 9 too.
Yeah.
Summary. Wait, we just did the summary.
Well, I mean, just for you. I mean, it's points you liked.
Points I liked. Were almost everything in this episode was really cool. The little like mini tournament arc kind of thing to test people out to get into the Guardians was cool. I thought they could have done a way better fight montage there of like everyone fighting each other, because there's like all kinds of people that you just don't even get to like hear speak, let alone see fight, which is whatever. Obviously they didn't make the cut, so we don't care about them, but
I know what you mean.
It would have been fun to have a little like cool little fight scene there, but whatever. That was fun. And then we got some hilarious shit with Beast Girl and Rex. Monster Girl. Big fan of that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Huge fan of her as a character too. I don't know who her voice actor is, but we're gonna get into all she sounded familiar too.
But yeah, she's a great character. Everybody that we were just introduced to for the new Guardians are very prominent characters in the story.
Yeah, I might drop this one down to an 8.5 just because it wasn't as exciting as episode 2. It didn't have the the like alien race that's evolving
Flexins.
every 2 days. Yeah,
So,
that was cool.
For me, I think I gave it a 9 to episode 1, 9 to episode 2. This episode, I'm going to give a 9.2.
Oh yeah?
And the reason, because if you guys have ever watched the podcast,
Oops.
I am a sucker for love stories. So now that the
Yeah, that was
the love
cool.
the love triangle has been introduced, ooh, it's getting interesting. I just always love that element in stories. I'm like a 12.
Yeah, I actually didn't really think about that
but
30 seconds ago when I was talking about this episode. I might bump it up to a 9.
I love the whole love element in stories. So, you know, especially love triangle elements where it's like, you know, convoluted and whatnot. So
Yeah, both of these episodes don't, for me, beat episode 1 because of the twist at episode 1. Like, that was just enough to make that way better than 2 and 3. But
episode 1 was fucking cranked up, bro.
it was amazing.
Yeah, let's just
the end was just so
we're all
fucking
clear
good.
here. They're all 9s for me. I'm only saying 9.2 because of my soft ass loving the love element. So, yeah. All right.
Can't hate on that.
So those are our ratings for episode and summaries for episode 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna try each week to give you a review because I love this book. It's near and dear to me.
Yeah.
And so far, we're loving the fucking show. So also, we just wanted to take a minute to just talk about the fucking cast for
It's
this show.
so, like, stacked. It's ridiculous, man. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like what were you saying before? Flex on the budget.
Seriously. Well, the thing is, too, with a lot of these shows, when you look up the amount that these actors are getting paid, it's not even fucking close to what they'd be getting paid if they were doing a real movie or a show, because they like this shit and it's way easier for them. Like, most of these actors can go to like a remote studio in their city and read their lines into a microphone with someone that's working on the show and never even have to show up to like get whatever green screened into the show or anything like that, because they're not playing their characters. Like, literally, like, Seth Rogen could have had it set up a studio in his fucking basement.
Well, seriously, they had John Hamm do a side character.
John Hamm loves doing shit like this too. I don't know if you know that about him, but he
I know he's done it
pops
before.
up in everything, man. If you look up his acting credits, it's ridiculous. Dude.
Yeah.
It's absurd the amount of shit that John Hamm's
he's in a lot of
popped up in.
stuff.
He's Steve. He's the when we were talking about episode 1, this weird. We just opened the show with this like super personal conversation by these 2 security guards. He's one of those guys.
Episode 1 and 2 open up with
with
Steve
him
just super emotional about his son and shit. He's just like, when he walks that stage, he'll be my son.
Oh my god.
And then after this episode 2, when the shit blows up in front of him, it just stops and he's just like looking at his son all teary-eyed shit. Just like, bro, who are these people?
Yeah, we have Ezra Miller's playing like a pretty relatively small character.
The Defense Agency Sinclair. Yeah. He's pretty much the right-hand man to Cecil Stedman.
Sandra Oh, I know who she is. I know she's like super popular in some circles.
Walton Goggins is Cecil Stedman.
Yep. What a great actor, man, to have in there. J.K. Simmons, obviously, I've talked about him like 6 times since we started reviewing the show. Steven Yen, he's pretty popular. I've seen this guy in a ton of shit.
Jillian Jacobs is playing Eve.
Yeah, shouts out to tons of people from Community being in the show.
Yeah.
Or just guest stars from Community. Jason Mantzoukas, Rexplode.
Ralphie.
Yeah, my guy. Kevin Michael Richardson, because you cannot have a comic book show without having Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yeah, we were talking about, we were
in
watching it. His voice is in
everything.
not even just comic book shows, like every cartoon in general.
Dude. Yeah.
Like, dude's been in every cartoon since I was like 10.
Yeah. If you make like a good comic book show and you don't get this guy in your show, then he better be fucking doing something else, man. Like, you're fucking up. Zachary Quinto, which I think he was in like Inglourious Bastards and stuff. I don't know.
Star Trek.
Definitely in Star Trek.
Oh yeah, he played Spock in Star Trek. That's right.
He's Robot. I knew I recognized his voice too. I couldn't remember.
Mark Hamill was the guy that designs costumes.
Yeah. I think he's got other voices because it says Slash right here. So
super cool.
He probably. Oh yeah, dude. He's got. Oh no, he's just got all the Art Rosenbaum credits.
Super cool. Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, I've been trying. Oh, Chris. Wow. Chris, some guy named Chris with a really Greek ass last name that I'm not gonna fuck up. Diamantopoulos. This guy looks familiar. Yeah, man. Even the small characters are like famous actors in this shit.
Well,
star-studded. All of the voice acting is really fucking good. Like, way better than I've come to expect.
To wrap this one up, guys, I Obviously, it's a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Animation is beautiful.
Mahershala Ali playing Titan.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Story is great. So definitely, after watching the first 3 episodes, the show comes at high recommendation for me.
Absolutely. I'll touch as a person who's been heavily involved in music my entire life. The fucking soundtrack
is good, right? Yeah, I was
absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't write that down, but
man.
it's really good.
Unbelievable.
Really good music too.
They'll throw in like these shitty. I'm gonna touch on this when we talk about Justice League too. They'll throw in like these songs that you don't really fit the mood, but then like they do because of the action that starts happening. Like you get in the mood that the song wants to put you in watching the show.
No, I can understand what you're saying completely.
Yeah, I love that. And then on top of that, the big moments in the show just have a really, really, really good score. I don't know who's doing it, but he's killing it. So
yeah, guys, you should definitely give the show a try.
Yeah.
We will be here each week to do a review on the episodes. I think I'm guessing from now on it's just gonna be 1 episode at a time.
Yeah.
Because this video might be a little bit on the longer side because we're putting 3 episodes in one.
We could potentially find another show to do once a week, and then once a month we do 3 episodes with this show. If people want to hear that,
we could split this up.
Yeah, and then we do like longer, 30-ish minute, 3-episode rants about the show. But I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Without further ado,
we're gonna cover the whole show.
Please don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe for your boys. It really helps
Ring
the
those
channel.
bells.
Yes, help us beat the YouTube algorithm.
Yes,
we need it.
Yeah.
So, holler at your boys, man. We'll see you on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.